In March 2002, the quiet coastal town of Seaton Carew in England was gripped by worry. A local man, John Darwin, a 51-year-old prison officer, had gone missing after heading out in his red canoe. The weather that day had been rough, and a full-scale search and rescue operation was launched. The Coast Guard, police, and even private citizens scoured the coastline. His shattered canoe was eventually found, washed ashore near his home. After a desperate, exhaustive search that turned up nothing, John Darwin was presumed dead. His wife, Anne Darwin, put on a brave face. She was devastated. His two sons, Mark and Anthony, were heartbroken, mourning the loss of their father. Life moved on as it must. Anne collected the life insurance payout, which amounted to a substantial sum. She spoke publicly about her grief, her struggle to cope, and the difficulty of moving forward without her husband. It was a tragic, if somewhat ordinary, story of loss at sea, but behind the scenes, something extraordinary, something almost unbelievable, was already unfolding. John Darwin wasn't dead, not by a long shot. Just weeks after his supposed disappearance, he was secretly living in one of the family's properties, a bedsit right next door to the family home. He even used a secret doorway to access his own house and visit his grieving wife. The initial plan was audacious in its simplicity: fake John's death, collect the insurance money, and clear their considerable debts. John had been in financial trouble, with multiple properties and credit card debts spiraling out of control. Anne, though initially hesitant, went along with the plan, desperate to escape their financial woes. For 5 long years, John Darwin lived a bizarre, clandestine existence. He grew a beard, changed his appearance, and rarely ventured outside. He even assumed a new identity, John Jones, using a false passport. He spent much of his time hidden, peering out from behind curtains as his own sons visited their mother, unknowingly mere feet away from their dead father. He reportedly watched his own memorial service from the windows of their home. The sheer audacity of it all was staggering. Life for Anne and the deceased John continued in this surreal fashion. They traveled together, using his false passport, exploring potential new lives abroad. They even bought property in Panama, envisioning a fresh start, far from their manufactured past. Anne continued to play the part of the grieving widow, lying to her sons, friends, and the police. The elaborate charade held for half a decade, but all grand deceptions carry the seeds of their own unraveling. The first crack appeared when new passport rules in Panama required a verification from British police. This put John, now living openly as John Jones in Panama, in a precarious position. Fearful of being discovered, John made a decision that would send shockwaves around the world. On December 1st, 2007, 5 years and 8 months after he supposedly vanished, John Darwin walked into a police station in London. He was disheveled, disoriented, and delivered a bombshell statement. "I think I'm a missing person." He claimed to have no memory since 2002, stating he was suffering from amnesia. The news instantly became a global sensation. The Canoe Man was back, a miracle survivor. The story was incredible, capturing headlines worldwide. His sons, Mark and Anthony, rushed to London, overjoyed and tearful at the impossible return of their father. For a brief moment, it seemed like a true mystery had an unbelievably happy ending, but the police weren't entirely convinced. While they played along, a seasoned detective noted how conveniently Darwin's memory loss began right after his disappearance. They quietly began to investigate, looking for inconsistencies, for any thread that might unravel this incredible tale. That thread came from an unexpected place, a photograph. A seemingly innocuous holiday photo, taken in Panama in 2006, showing John and Anne Darwin smiling, arm in arm. This photo was discovered through a casual online search, after a newspaper contacted one of Anne's sons about his parents potentially moving abroad. The picture was shared, and it quickly became undeniable proof that John had not been missing at all, and that Anne had been lying the entire time. The jig was up. The shocking image exploded across the news. Anne Darwin, still playing the role of the bewildered wife, was confronted. She initially tried to maintain the lie, claiming shock and confusion. But faced with irrefutable evidence, she finally broke down, admitting to the elaborate fraud. The full audacious plot came spilling out. How John had lived in the bedsit, sometimes coming and going through the secret door. How they had deceived their own children, making them genuinely believe their father was dead. How they had planned to start a new life with the insurance money, only for it to fall apart with one incriminating photograph. John and Anne Darwin were arrested. The case became a media frenzy, captivating the public with its sheer audacity and cold-blooded deception. They were both charged with fraud and money laundering. In July 2008, John Darwin was sentenced to 6 years and 3 months in prison. Anne Darwin received a slightly longer sentence of 6 years and 6 months, largely because she was seen as having played a more active role in perpetuating the deception, especially towards her sons. The story of the Canoe Man is a chilling reminder of how far people can go to escape financial ruin, and the incredible lengths of deception they can weave, even fooling their own family, until a single, undeniable piece of truth makes the entire elaborate facade implode. If this unbelievable true story left you speechless, make sure to hit that like button and leave a comment below sharing your thoughts. Could you ever imagine someone doing this? And if you haven't already, subscribe to Story Shock so you don't miss our next deep dive into the most astonishing true events. Don't forget to ring that notification bell too, so you're always the first to uncover the shocking truth.